Alright, the HEMI Chronicles, part 18. Pretty much everything's rolling good right now. 300's taken care of, Maggie's straight. But now we're gonna tackle this Jeep. Got some little issues here we need to deal with. Running good, staying cool, everything's fine. But I got a little water leak. Now, how do you know you got a little water leak? See this white crap right here? See all these little speckles here? This is not metal flakes. This is evidence of coolant spray. Because once it dries, it turns white because it's not pure water. And also, you can see it's squirting across the top of the hood when the hood's closed. Now, what I'm thinking is, it's getting on the belts and spraying around. Now, the problem is, how's it getting there? Where it's coming from? I got nothing but a little evidence of coolant leakage under the water neck. So it's pretty much related to the water pump, which is everything in front of the water neck. If it was coming out of the block, it would not be on the water pump like that. So what we're gonna do, got a new water neck, new thermostat, everything's tight. I'm thinking it's still leaking out because that hole where the thermostat goes in the water pump is not perfectly clean, and it's probably letting water squirt out under heat and pressure. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change the water pump right now. Time to neck it up this engine. All right, 15 minutes later, we got some space to work with. Got off the intake, fans off. Pretty much intake and the fan, you take that off, you're good. You can get these Cherokees, no problem, real easy. Engine sits up nice and high. Let's get to work. All right, as we begin, we got the new water pump laid out, and we got a trick to this. When the water pump comes off, you got numerous screws all around the edge, and one down the middle. It's that little screw that sticks out, that stud that sticks out in front of your motor. Can't see them on Cherokees, but on the LXs you can. Anyway, got to lay out the new water pump first. Pretty much I lay it exactly perpendicular on the ground to the way the Jeep is. This one's sitting like this. The old one's sitting straight up like that too. Now, what we do is as we're pulling the old one off, we're gonna take each screw that we pull out, here, 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 all the way around this puppy. And as we take out one screw, we're gonna drop it in the same exact corresponding spot on the new pump, because all these screws are different lengths. You will mix them up if you try to do this without keeping them screws together, and you won't know what goes where, and you will end up wanting to stick a gun in your mouth instead of finishing the job. So definitely always take out a screw, put it in the new water pump laid out in the exact same spot, and it'll stay there. So when you're ready to put them back in, what you're gonna do is something else. That's another trick to it. We'll get to that in a minute. So right now, we're about to start pulling screws. All right, now we got the old pump off. You can see the water drums there. You do want to make sure you got a pan down below to catch all the overspray. You're gonna get most of it, not all of it. You will have to disconnect both hoses, and it might be a little watery mess, but if you're tackling this job, I think you know that already. Now, step 2. Got old and new. Now, new, as I was taking the screws out, placed them all inside here as they're supposed to be. Now that I got the old one out, I'm gonna set the old one right next to it, and we're gonna transfer every last one of those screws there into the old one. So that will be our template for install. Got it? Got it. All right, got the new pump on. I neglected to mention that I put on the new tensioner pulley and a brand new idler pulley with a brand new screw right in the middle. This is the part number you need. Get a couple of these in there. These things are invaluable. You cannot find them at AutoZone, O'Reilly's, Pep Boys, Track Auto, whatever the hell. Cheap. You can't find them nowhere. So keep you some extra. This is my box for the pulley wheel, because sometimes you can't get that pulley wheel, that idler pulley, off of the old pump, especially if you got the old style hex head screw in there. The Allen head screw, this one is easy to get off. I've managed to bust it, and I'll save that for emergency use. But the older screws, you just strip them trying to get them out, and you'll be stuck with no water pump and no way to get to the store. If this is the only car. I keep a lot of cars, so I never had that problem. But this is the type of thing you want to know beforehand. Real easy job, simple to do. Connected the hose, lower hose back up. Now we're ready for the fan and particulars, and it's time to fill it up with fluid because we lost a lot. All done. Everything back together. Coolant level staying high. Temperature staying under control. But we will get it on the road, roll out, see if we can't find any bubbles in the system. Keep filling it up till we're done. Looks pretty good. A little surprise. OG cast iron look water pump for the 300. We're gonna hit that engine bay real hard. It's gonna be looking real nice. Gonna do some stuff nobody's done to the 6.4 engine bay. Simple stuff, but good stuff. And this is just a preview.